Indian polity. Rowlatt Act. The Rowlatt Act, also known as the Anarchical and Revolutionary Crimes Act of 1919, was a legislative measure enacted by the British colonial government in India during the British Raj. It was named after Sir Sidney Rowlatt, a British judge who headed the committee that recommended its adoption. The act aimed to combat revolutionary and anarchist activities in India following the unrest and nationalist movements that emerged during the First World War. Here are the details of the Rowlatt Act. Background. The First World War led to political mobilization and heightened nationalist sentiment in India, with demands for self-rule and independence from British rule becoming more prominent. The British government sought to suppress these movements and maintain control over India. In 1917, the Montagu-Chelmsford reforms were introduced, which promised limited self-government for India. However, they fell short of nationalist aspirations, leading to disappointment and further agitations. Provisions of the Rowlatt Act. The Act granted the colonial government sweeping powers to curb political dissent and suppress revolutionary activities. It allowed for the arrest and detention of individuals without trial and extended the period of detention without charges. The Act empowered the government to detain suspects without providing any specific evidence against them, undermining the principle of habeas corpus. It established special tribunals composed of British judges, where political cases were to be tried without a jury. The Act also prohibited certain forms of political association and public gatherings. Criticism and opposition. The Rowlatt Act faced significant opposition from various quarters in India. Indian leaders, including Mahatma Gandhi, saw the Act as a violation of civil liberties and an attempt to stifle dissent. The Indian National Congress and other political organizations vehemently opposed the act and called for its repeal. Widespread protests and strikes erupted across the country, marking a turning point in the Indian independence movement. Jallianwala Bagh Massacre. The Rowlatt Act protests culminated in the tragic Jallianwala Bagh Massacre on April 13, 1919, in Amritsar, Punjab. General Reginald Dyer ordered British troops to open fire on a peaceful gathering of thousands of unarmed protesters, resulting in the death of hundreds and injuring many more. The massacre further fueled anti-British sentiments and intensified the struggle for independence. Repeal and legacy. Despite strong opposition, the Rowlatt Act remained in effect until 1922 when it was repealed. Its implementation and the subsequent Jallianwala Bagh massacre played a crucial role in mobilizing public opinion against British rule in India. The act became a significant symbol of British repression and Indian resistance, solidifying the resolve of the Indian freedom movement. Overall, the Rowlatt Act was a highly controversial piece of legislation that curtailed civil liberties, leading to widespread protests and ultimately shaping the course of the Indian independence movement. Thank you.